My name is Reverend Father Prosper Atukwatse, the principal of Holy Cross Lake View, a member of the Holy Cross Priests and Brothers who own and run Holy Cross Lake View. So through tomorrow we are celebrating, we are thanking God for the achievement of the legacy of Holy Cross education. And you know, as Holy Cross education, we educate the mind and the heart and the body. So tomorrow we have two of our alumni, one of them being Dr. Wanyange-Jinja Salim, who has graduated with a PhD in aerospace engineering from Oklahoma State University at the age of 29, being the youngest Ugandan to get a PhD in such an area at the age of 29. Also have Emmanuel Epa, who also graduated from University of St. Edward's from United States in business administration and has excelled that he has now gotten a scholarship to go to the University of Notre Dame, one of the most prestigious universities in the whole world. So a brief background about Holy Cross Lake View Senior Secondary School. Holy Cross Lake View Senior Secondary School was begun in the year 1993 by the late Father Bob Hesse, who was the priest of Holy Cross Lake View, who ministered around the Bugembe area. At that time, schools were around they were already in existence, but the schools that were already in existence could not be afforded by the local because of the high demand and they're expensive. So they saw a need of beginning a Catholic school which would offer quality education afforded by all. So Father Bob Hesse with Brother Poker Sunday was inspired by the Holy Spirit to come up with a school to educate the youth at both O and A level to be more useful citizens in society. So in 1993 they gathered local people, they began the school, and the first sitting was in the year 1996, and to the surprise of all, when the school sat the first UNEB exams, the school was listed among the best 50 schools in Uganda. And from that foundation, the school has been moving forward and now is excelling globally. One thing that people should know, that this is a purely Catholic founded school. We take all religions, we take students of all religions, that you must have a faith. We don't take people who don't have, who don't believe. And we do not take the best, because the other government schools will first select the best student, do selection. So the ones that have remained are the students that we shall be, that we take on. But we are able to groom them, and now they become the best in the country and the best in the world. One of our core values is prayer. And since it is prayer, for us at Holy Cross Lake View, we begin every function with a prayer. Even when we are going to begin a class, we begin with a prayer. We want to do anything, we begin with prayer. So prayer is core value number one. So since these young people, we led them through prayer. So after they have achieved success, we have to go back to God, because we entrusted them to God when they are here. Now that they have achieved, we have to go back to God, because this is it's not their own fruits. It is God who has enabled them to do this, and that's why we are preparing this occasion. It's an occasion to thank God for the legacy of Holy Cross education. If God was not in this, the students would not have achieved much. And we always encourage them, you work hard, but then as you pray, so of course we have to pray that the prayer becomes central, and that's why we are thanking God, because this is the legacy of Holy Cross education. And also to encourage the 1,400 students we are having currently, that look, with God you can achieve the best. When these students were here in school, they were not the best, they were not top of the class, but through hard work, through prayer, through discipline, through honesty, through truthful and service, they have been able now to conquer the world. That's why we have organized this, to thank God, because it all begins with God, and all the glory must go to God. That in everything God must be praised. We cannot say this is self-made. No, it is the hand of God in this, and the hand of God has been able to guide us this school for 32 years to make sure this school has been prospering. Do you know this Holy Cross Lake View was a school when the former president of US came to Uganda, Bill Clinton. He came all the way to visit this school, and people were wondering. Even the president of Uganda did not know this school, but he came all the way from US, and he would say, "I want to visit this school." That it is the uniqueness that we have, and all this we have to thank God, and that's why we have this function that we must thank God in everything. The way we educate the child here at Holy Cross Lake View, we give them a base and firm foundation that it is unshakable, that in future, wherever they will be able to excel. Why do I say that? Here at Holy Cross, we offer holistic education. So, when our blessed founder, Blessed Basil Moreau, founded the congregation of Holy Cross, of which we are the members. He founded us immediately after the French Revolution, and because the French Revolution had destroyed the French education system in France. So later he sent missionaries across the world. So he said, the mind shall not be cultivated at the expense of the heart. That's why we educate the mind and the heart. And he had, when he wrote about the Holy Cross education, actually said, Holy Cross education is the work of resurrection. That people resurrect from ignorance into enlightenment. And he defined Holy Cross education as an art of helping young people into completeness. Right now, and when you look at that definition, education as an art of helping young people to reach completeness, that is our guiding principle. That people must be helped to reach completeness academically, spiritually, morally, and in all extracurricular activities. 2019, we participated in the Stand Big School Championship. It was the first time, and at that time we competed the whole country. To the surprise of others, we were the champions, and people were wondering, which school is this? People say this school from Jinja, because we are following our founder that they defined Holy Cross as an art of helping young people to reach completeness. That's why at Holy Cross, when you bring the child, we don't only look at academics, that we must also look at leadership. We nurture students into leadership. We nurture students to participate in extracurricular activities. You remember the late celebrated singer, Weasel. Weasel was radio. Radio was an alumni of this school. His talent began in the school choir, but later he developed, and he was the celebrated musician of Uganda. So there are these small talents that we nurture here that they will build on to reach the greatest heights, I can say. You see, at Holy Cross Lake View, as I said, we offer holistic education. I want to look like the assistant the school has rendered to Dr. Mwanika Idiobe Sarim, because his dream of Eurospace was conceived in the school science fair. He came up with a helicopter in that, and we were able to spot his talent. Say he has a talent. Mwanika Sarim was an orphan. As an orphan, he would not even have reached the airport. So when we spotted his talent, said if this boy will hold him by hand, tomorrow he will be a great person. So so we were able to help him. Right now, the other graduate, Emmanuel Epau, he was struggling financially. The school was able to help him and get scholarship at St. Edward's University. We have another student called Shakib Wauyo, who is going into the third year. The school was able to get scholarship. We have two students who have finished first year in the United States. We have one is called Monica Samuel. We have Aith Agatha, and we have Ayo Mark. And we have another student at Holy Cross College called Nicolette Zabuna. And we are also preparing this year for Chirikumino Sara, who is going to join. That we prepare these children. First, as Holy Cross, we are a family. Since we are the family, whether it is in Asia, whether it is in South America, whether it is in Europe, whether it is in USA, our students they look at the family value, and then they are able to fit. And that's why we organize to make sure that our students here at Holy Cross, they connect other students in the whole world. So we design programs to make sure we help them. There is a unique program we offer here at Holy Cross called Job Shadow. Job Shadow, we look at the student and we ask them, like, what are your passion, what are your talent? The student tells us, me, I want to be a doctor. So if you want to be a doctor, then we organize with Jinja Referral Hospital. We take the student for 1 day to be in the hospital, interact with the doctor. If a student tells us, me, I want to be an engineer, we take them to the dam at Bujagari, Narubare, or Kakira Sugar Factory. If a student tells us that, me, I want to be a journalist, then we take them to radio stations around Baba FM, Baba TV, NBS. And sometimes students tell us want to be lawyers. We take them to Jinja High Court, and it has been able to help the student to nurture them so that they are able to choose their careers wisely. And these are some of the programs that have enabled us to impact Uganda, to impact the world globally. Now you can imagine right now, Dr. Mwanika is working right now with Boeing, which is the largest aircraft manufacturer in the whole world. And this is the boy who began simple here in Wanyange village in Jinja. Right now, he has conquered the world. Thank you. Sure, honor that you are a bit far. If you had been in the Jinja, you would have been a partner, but we shall keep partnering because also, for us actually, we don't put the student tell us, I want to be a journalist. So now we take him to the area of journalism, look at it. By the time they come, they say, yes, that's why I want to be said. No, I've taken my passion. For example, those who want to do medicine, we take them to hospital, they look at that, they say, yeah, I don't think I will manage. I think I can choose another career. That's why we do that. Tomorrow's program, we begin at 9 with Holy Mass, because there is no any other prayer on planet more than Holy Mass. So we shall begin with Holy Mass, which will begin from 9 to 10:30. After 10:30, the students will have a break. Then from 11, we have exhibition of the project that the students have been able to come to produce. Now, you know, our new curriculum has been a project, so we have projects that students have been able, so we shall exhibit them to the world. Now, after that, we shall have lunch, and at 2, we are expecting the Majesty, the Chabazinga of Busoga, His Royal Highness, William Gabra Kadumbura, the 4th, to grace our occasion as our main guest of honor. He has accepted our invitation. So we also have other alumni, we have other dignitaries, but on top of that, we have the Lion of Busoga, His Majesty, the King, who will be visiting us tomorrow to grace our occasion. Thank you. Thank you so much, Uganda Catholic Television, for coming to Jinja. And you know, biblically, the wise people came from the east. So we would encourage you to every time you come to the east. That is biblical. But we would want to tell the general public that at Cross Lake View, we don't take the best student, but we can produce the best student. We educate the mind, the heart, the body, and we offer holistic education. So anyone who would wish to join us to bring your child to such a serene environment, we welcome you. And we want to welcome people who will be following us, who will be here live, and who will be following us online tomorrow as we celebrate the success that God has granted to us in this school as Holy Cross Education. When our blessed founder, Blessed Basil Moreau, founded us, he pointed it out. Say, those who educate young people in virtue will shine like the stars of heaven. So you want to thank those who join us in this work of education, because we know that we are educating young people in virtue and we shall shine like the stars of heaven. Thank you so much, Uganda Catholic Television. Thank you for hosting us. God bless you all.